Hello and welcome to Theta On Demand. My name is Kaylyn, and today we're going to be doing a very short, slow, low to the ground, very grounded class. We're going to lie on our backs and we're not going to get up. So there will be no props needed. If you want to get cozy in your sweats, a nice lazy Sunday sweatpants class for you, you can do that. Maybe a blanket just to pad up underneath your head. Otherwise, that's all you need. So let's get into it. To come to lie on your back right away, bringing your feet to the floor, and just lift your hips up. Take a little tuck of your pelvis and then lower your hips back down so you've got little space between your spine and the ground beneath you. With your feet about hip distance apart, your arms can rest by your sides or maybe placing the hands on the body. We're going to close down the eyes and take a few breaths here just to ground down. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. See if you can soften the glutes and the space between your eyebrows. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. And just notice the points of contact that you're having with the ground. So the backs of the arms, the feet, the hips, shoulder blades, and just get a little heavier through these points. Continuing to breathe nice and full. Noticing the space between each rib as you inhale, expanding the breath. And heavying as you exhale, filling out that space between the back and the mat. Another few deep breaths here before we begin to invite movement. And in the name of this being a lazy Sunday sweatpants flow, let's continue to move nice and slow, keeping it mindful, keeping it connected. And gently start to reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Your palms will start to face one another. Keeping your hips as steady as you can, begin to open those arms wide out to the sides. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, reach your arms back up towards the ceiling, palms face each other. Inhale to open the arms wide. And exhale, reaching them back up. And just continuing like this, staying nice and steady through the hips, anchoring through the bottoms of your feet. Go for 3 more. Last 2. And last one. And reaching those arms up towards the ceiling, pause here. And on your next inhale, reach your right arm up overhead by your ear and your left arm down by your side. Use your exhale to have them meet back through center. And inhale to switch, left arm reaches above you, right arm reaches beside you. Exhale to bring it back through center. And just continuing like this, finding this scissoring action with those arms. Again, staying nice and steady through the hips and pelvis. Your front ribs are hugging in. Your back ribs are heavy to the mat. Getting this movement at the shoulder joints, reaching the arms away from one another. Nice and steady. Again, having the movement match your breath rather than the other way around. So keep those breaths full and long, and then have the movement match. Inhale to reach. Exhale to meet in the middle. Last 3. 2. Last one. And then reaching those arms up towards the ceiling, pause here. Make sure those shoulders are sinking down towards the mat so you're grounded in the arms. Push down into your feet and start to peel the hips and spine away from the floor, finding your bridge. Trying not to let your feet move from those footprints that you've created in the mat. And then just lower the hips back down, almost to touch, just a light tap. Pushing into those feet, peeling those hips up. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hips back down. Or finding that breath pattern that works best for you right now. If the opposite makes more sense, go ahead and do that, just as long as you're breathing one side of the breath to lift, the other side of the breath to lower. Nice. Now the next time your hips go down, you're going to open those arms wide. Lift those hips and reach your arms up. Arms go wide as you lower, and arms reach up as you lift. There's a little bit of a bend in your elbows as you open, and squeezing the chest as you lift. And we'll try to keep the knees pointing forward. So notice if the knees are trying to knock in together or widen out to the sides. Keeping them tracking over the toes. Really nice. Let's go for 4 more like this. 3. 2. Notice if one side is doing more of the work to lift you than the other. Really try to even it out. Last one, reach your arms up, your hips up. We're going to pause here, take little pulses. Hips go down an inch and up an inch for 8, 7, 6, 5. Press into those heels. Last 3, 2. Hold it up on 1. Take your right arm overhead, your left arm down. Inhale. Exhale, reach through center. Inhale, switch. Exhale, center. Keep those hips high. Nice and steady. Ooh, feeling that burn. Getting this nice gliding action at the shoulder. Keep breathing. Last 4. 3. 2. Last one. Beautiful. Reaching those arms back up towards the ceiling, slowly rolling the spine down. Ooh, we're going to pause at the bottom. All right. Letting the back body sink down into the mat. We're keeping those arms reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to take that right leg, lift it into a tabletop, draw the knee in towards you. And as you exhale, you're going to lower the foot back down. And then do the same with the left. Push into your right foot, lift your left leg up. And lower it back down. So simple movement in this march. But can you keep your spine connected to your mat? Your front ribs are wrapping, knitting in. Staying as steady and still as you can through the upper body, through the hips and pelvis. Alternating these marches, lift and lower. All right. And the next time that right leg lifts into table, you're going to take that left arm behind you at the same time. Reach back up as you lower the foot to the floor. And switch as your left leg lifts. Reach your right arm above and bring it back through center. So it's like your hand and your opposite knee have a string attached and they're moving at the same pace, same time. Trying to eliminate as much movement as you can through the hips here. Really pressing that foot that's staying on the ground into the ground. Finding that cross body stability here, last 2. And last one. Beautiful. All right, we're going to lift that right leg back up into table. Lift the left leg into tabletop. Squeeze those knees. those inner ankles together. Take the arms up overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, reach back up towards the ceiling. So now we're floating both of those feet. You're going to reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, reach back up towards the ceiling. Keep those ribs hugging in. Last two like this. Squeeze those knees. And on this next one, the arms reach up overhead, sliding the hands behind your head. Elbows go wide. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. We're going to make our way into our first ab curl, keeping your head heavy in your hands, your elbows wide, breathe in. As you exhale, lifting your head and shoulders away from the ground, slide those ribs down towards your hips to peel away from the mat. Use your inhale to lower back to the floor. Exhale to curl up, gliding those ribs down. Inhale to lower. So what we're trying to avoid is the neck moving or curling from your neck joint. So we don't want the chin to curl into the chest. We want to stay with the eyes lifted and let this movement come from the abdominals drawing together, which will start to peel the head and shoulders away from the ground. All right, we're going to keep those heels squeezing together. The next time you lift up into that ab curl, just peel your knees away from one another. Keep those heels together and then squeeze your knees together as you lower down. Okay, we're going to curl up, knees go wide. Inhale to lower back down, knees come in. So finding this kind of butterfly shape with the legs as you curl and lowering back down as you inhale. Keeping those eyes forward. Beautiful job. And then maintain that head heavy in your hands. We're going to do 4 more like this, and we're going to start to add on. Can you keep your spine pressing down? 3 more. Slowing it down, last 2. Beautiful, last one. You're going to lift your head and shoulders. Bring those knees wide, heels are squeezing together. Hold your ab curl. Start to extend your legs away from you. Zip inner thighs together. Bend your knees. We'll extend the legs. Bend the knees. 3 more like this. Keeping the head lifted. Reach the legs away. Pull them back in. Last 2. Reach, reach, reach. Zip. Last one, hold those legs reaching away. And now can you lift the legs up an inch, lower them down an inch, up and down. If you're shaking, same. I'm right there with you. Toes are in turnout. Lift and lower, keeping the head lifted. But if you know what, if you want to lower your head and shoulders down, you absolutely can. Let's go for 3 more. For 2 and 1, lift those legs up, lower everything down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. A gentle rock side to side. All right, we're going to open the arms out wide and just allow those knees to fall to the side. Taking a twist. You can place your right hand to your left knee. Turn your head over the left shoulder. And we'll release, bringing both knees up through center and gently allow them to fall over to the left as you turn your head to the right. Breathing into this twist, letting that go. Noticing how you're feeling. And let's bring it back up through center. And lowering the feet down again, widen your feet on the mat. Bringing your arms into a cactus shape. We're just going to find a little windshield wiper. So just let the knees drop right and left. And just do that a few more times, just moving that low back and hips. Keeping that chest nice and open as you anchor the backs of the hands and arms to the floor. One more side to side. And let's have those knees meet in center and have them knock together. We're going to close down the eyes again, place one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, and just notice how you're feeling after just a few minutes of movement, of breath, and of being present with your body, with yourself. Being on the floor even, sometimes just a few minutes on the ground can really shift your energy. And if there's one word that comes up that resonates with how you're feeling or what's present for you right now, just notice that. And continuing to do that work of tuning in and looking inward, doing that self-reflection moment to moment throughout your day. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like, in stillness and in rest. Thank you so much for joining me.